Hey guys, we have some Week 5 NFL matchups to get to. We have the Patriots facing off against the Redskins. Give me the Pats D against Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, or Colt McCoy. It doesn't matter. This offense stinks. Honestly, it is absolute garbage. They only put up 3 points against the Giants defense. Imagine what a Bill Belichick-led defense will do to this team. Give me the Pats 52-0. For the next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Famous Jameis absolutely lit it up last week with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard. This team has a ton of playmakers on the offensive side of the football. There's no denying that. But folks, this Saints team is the real deal. Defensively, they shut down Ezekiel Elliott last week. The week before, they got off to an early lead against Russell Wilson and Seattle at Seattle. 33-14 to be exact. The Saints team is the real deal. Like I said before, they have Sean Payton. Even with Teddy Bridgewater, this offense can still put up points because they have a really good offensive line. They have a legit receiver in Michael Thomas, and they have a really good running back in Alvin Kamara. So give me the Saints at home with their defense, 30-27. Famous Jameis turns back into bad Jameis. Next game we have to dive into is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Packers. Folks, Dallas is loaded, coming off a loss. They should win this game. They're healthy, except for the Tyron Smith injury. But for the most part, they're pretty healthy. Green Bay, on the other hand, is playing without Brian Bulaga and without Devontae Adams. Those are two major losses. But folks, Aaron Rodgers coming off a bad Thursday night loss. He had 10 days to recover. I believe he will. Look out for Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I think he will be a big factor in this ball game. Green Bay's defense didn't play very well against Philly. But let's go back to that game. The Eagles had really good field position, which enabled them to run the football. Doug Peterson said, you know what? Let's just run the rock. Let's limit the time Aaron spends on the field. And let's beat Green Bay that way. Green Bay will be motivated to shut down Zeke. We're not letting that 2-1 beat us. Dak Prescott, you can do everything you can to deliver them from evil. We're not letting that monster, Ezekiel Elliott, beat us. I think Aaron gets the job done 27-26. Finally, we got to dive into the Sunday night football matchup. We have the Chiefs and the Colts. Indy's banged up. I don't know if T.Y. Hilton will play. We know Funchess is out for good. Jacoby Brissett has played very well. But last week, Derek Carr was able to feast on this Indianapolis defense. And Jacoby Brissett struggled without some of his major playmakers. This week, he's going up against Patrick Mahomes. Folks, Mahomes is in position to win the league MVP once again. This kid is special at home in Arrowhead. He's still got Travis Kelce. He's still got Mecole Hardman. He's still got DeMarcus Robinson along with Sammy Watkins and a sound running game. And he has a good coach in Andy Reid. Even without Tyreek Hill, give me the Chiefs. Finally, last game of the week. We have the San Francisco 49ers taking on Baker Mayfield. Playmaker Baker, shake and bake. He's going to do big things. Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. Folks, I love me some Baker. Baker and Chubb Rock were cooking in Freddy's kitchen last week. Woo! Nick Chubb, 39 fantasy points. Baker Mayfield, over 300 yards. They were cooking. But this San Francisco defense can get to the quarterback. Nick Bosa is already making his presence felt in this league. Potential defensive player of the year? Defensive rookie of the year, excuse me. They have a really good offense led by Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, they don't have a legit running back, a guy that you could say, oh, this guy's a top 10 running back. And they don't have a receiver who you could say, wow, this guy's really a top 5, top 10 receiver in this league. But they have some really nice playmakers. It doesn't matter. It could be Jeff Wilson running the rock. It could be Raheem Mostert having a big game. It could be Matt Breida having a big game. In terms of their receiving core, it doesn't matter. Dante Pettis is a monster in the middle of the field. Jalen Hurd, who they drafted in the 4th round, has turned into a really nice sleeper. Deebo Samuel has a ton of those end-around plays, which I really like. Marquise Goodwin is consistent. And how could I ever forget George Kittle at the tight end position? That man is a monster in the middle with a good offensive line. They have Kyle Shanahan with 2 weeks to prepare. Kyle Shanahan is a creative young play caller. He's going to be dialing that thing up. I think Jimmy G's going to light it up on Monday. Give me San Francisco because they have a better head coach. I believe Jimmy G will slightly outplay Baker because I think his offensive line will do a better job at protecting him compared to Baker's offensive line. Give me San Francisco at home, 33-27 in overtime. That being said, I have New England beating the brakes off of Washington in Washington, 52-0. The Saints defense will turn famous Jameis into bad Jameis. Aaron Rodgers will prevail and beat Dallas even without Devontae Adams. Patrick Mahomes will do league MVP-like things against the Indianapolis Colts defense. And I round out the bunch, we have San Francisco taking on Cleveland Browns, beating them on a Monday Night Football big-time stage. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.